BeatMaker is the squad. What's good is your boy Cheese the Producer. I know it's been a while, but whatever. Let's get into this. All right, so before we get started, I'm quite sure if you're looking hard enough, you can see that I'm wearing a BeatMaker is the Squad t-shirt. Also available on beatmakersthesquad.com are the BeatMaker the Squad sticker packs, which include 2 BeatMakers the Squad logo stickers and 2 iOS Producers Are the Future stickers. These also come free with any purchase that you make on the site. So if you want sound packs, get those for free. If you want a t-shirt, you'll get it for free. Just understand, if you do cop a t-shirt, the sticker packs will come from a different location than the t-shirts will, so they likely will not arrive on the same day. Anyhow, let's get into something. Recently, there was an album that dropped. The name of that album, Bandana. The artist, Freddie Gibbs. The producer, Madlib. Now, Madlib kind of threw everyone into a frenzy, present company included, when he tweeted that he created every single beat for that album on his iPad. You had some people that took it positively, you had some people that took it negatively. Me, I was just like, told you so. Because obviously if you're watching this video, you know that I know the power of iOS production, be it an iPhone, be it iPod Touch, be it an iPad Pro, iPad Mini, doesn't matter. I know the power of it. You know the power of it. That's why you're watching this video. And so when I saw that, like, I felt really, really good about it, because I was like, wow, like, finally someone who's like outwardly saying like, yo, you can use an iPad. And he wasn't even saying it to say like, yo, I'm an iOS producer or nothing like that. He was basically saying it to say like, yo, use what you got and just make dope music with it, and there were different reactions, and it kind of reminded me of when people went from analog tape to digital, and then when people went from from tape to computers, and then from desktop computers to laptops, and then from like MPCs to software and things of that nature. And heck, even when people were going from like certain software that was already out to like Fruity Loops, and then when people heard that Knife Wonder was using Fruity Loops, then it was all over. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not saying this is not discounting everyone else that was on Fruity Loops before, but Fruity Loops was kind of put in a box before. Everyone kind of looked at Fruity Loops and said like, oh, you're only gonna make like those snap rap beats with it. But like, what I'm trying to say is like, it doesn't matter what tools you use. It just matters that you learn how to use it and just be dope with it. Like, point blank period. Like, it doesn't really matter. But anyway, we're not really here to talk about that today. What we're here to talk about is the Bandana album. Now, being that this is the first album that I know of that's on a major label that was produced solely and completely on an iPad, at least the beats were. I don't know about the recording and mixing. I just know that Madlib created all the beats on an iPad. We're gonna review this album today, and yeah, that's it. So, Bandana, album is 15 songs, 14 songs and 1 intro actually. And I can't lie, like, it's been a long time since I've listened to an album, and at the start of the album I'm saying like, yo, like, I really like this album. And from the first listen, normally from the first time I listen to something, I'm like, let me preface this by saying I am an admitted hater. Like, you can ask my friends they'll tell you like, nah, Cheese is a hater, like, and not a hater like on a bad level where like something comes out and I'm like, nah, that's whack, it's just that immediately like I'm just not really impressed by a lot of stuff. I don't know what it is, you know what I mean, like it's I just like not really like super impressed by stuff at first. It takes a little while for things to grow on me. I'm like that with people, I'm like that with music, I'm like that with whatever, okay? But this album, I cannot lie, from the first time I listened to it, I listened to it all the way through, and I was impressed. Every single track on the album had me just it evoked emotions. Every single track on the album made me say like, yo, this is dope, this is fire. This the way the beat switches, and like how Freddie Gibbs changes his flow from like a beat that's laid back to a beat that's more aggressive, and he kind of contrasts the feeling on a beat with his flow. Like this joint was sick. The mixing on it, I love the mixing on it. Now I know some people have said that, oh, you could tell it's produced on the iPad because of the mixing. Man, listen, if you listen to that album, what you're getting is you're getting raw hip hop. And the fact that an album that has that sound and it's on a major label, that is huge in 2019. Like absolutely huge. You know what I'm saying? Like and on top of that, like when I listened to it, it reminded me of like back in the days when like your favorite label would go up to like a radio station and they'd have a freestyle session, right? And you're running through the house looking for a blank cassette tape so you could tape it. It reminded me of when you listened back to that tape, because the quality wasn't perfect. You know, it wasn't that like, oh my goodness, like you know, they use this or they use that. Like, yo, they like it, to me it sounded like I said, like back in the days when you heard the album and it was just raw, it was just gritty. People used what they had in front of them, they used what they had access to, and that's one of the things that I really love about this album. Now I'm not gonna go through every single song because I'll have y'all here all day. I'm gonna start with Half Man Half Cocaine. That joint is crazy, like hands down. Like how the way Freddie Gibbs goes from that staccato flow to like that laid back but yet still very aggressive flow, you know, it's just dope to me. You know what I mean? Then we go to Crime Pays. That sample is bananas, okay? And the way he switches his flows throughout, crazy. Now, when I listen to this album, and this is no disrespect to anyone else that's putting out music, but to me, this album is like Sunday dinner. You know, Sunday dinner, you know, whoever's cooking it, grandma, mom, you know, dad, grandpa, whoever, you know, whoever might be cooking it, you're not getting up on Sunday and, you know, you just doing whatever. Like, you getting up super early in the morning because you got to start cooking early. And this food ain't gonna be ready in like an hour or 2 hours or something like that. It's gonna take almost all day to cook. And the thing about it, the reason why it's gonna take all day to cook is because you want to season everything the right way, and you want to have enough food so that you can bring a ton of people together for Sunday dinner. And then after you eat it, like this food is gonna stick to your ribs. This is exactly what that is. This is not that microwave music. This is that Sunday dinner. Like, we cooking all day. You know, you helping out Big Mama, you helping out Grandma, you helping out whoever in the kitchen. They sweating in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is that kind of music. And this album is dope. Like, from top to bottom, it is dope. One thing I really love about this album is the speed at which it moves. I was like 7-8 songs in, and I'm like, yo, what do you mean I'm halfway through this album? This is crazy. I got to the second to last song, and I'm not gonna lie, like I was type mad. Now you probably ask like, yo, Cheese, why was you mad? I was mad because I'm like, yo, I can't believe this is about to be over. I wanted this, I needed at least 15 more minutes. But yo, it is the perfect amount of time. You know, it's a perfect amount of songs, and each song is the right amount of time. Like I don't think any of them run more than about 3 minutes. Now the features on the album, crazy. A lot of times people fill up their albums with features because, you know, you want to kind of pull from different fan bases in order to get your album more listens. And a lot of times when that happens, you don't always have the right type of features. You got Giannis, that features Anderson .Paak. Anderson .Paak and Freddie Gibbs, perfect. Oh my God, like that combination is crazy. Then you get to Palmolive. Now I know Palmolive comes before Giannis, but I'm sorry. Freddie Gibbs, Pusha T, Killer Mike. Please, yo, crazy. Like the different types of voices, the different types of flow, it's just nuts, man. Like and then you get to Education with Yasin Bey, Black Thought. Now this one here, when I listened to it and I heard Yasin Bey, formerly known as Mos Def, like if you're not up on that, whatever. When I heard him spitting on here, like the quality of the engineering that they used on this, when you heard him spitting, to me it was reminiscent of listening to like an old Rakim tape, because it sounded like almost kind of nasal, and it was just raw, it was just gritty, and it's yo, like this right here for me is what's been missing. You know what I mean? And I know there are other people out there that produce music like this and that put music out there like this, but like I was just taken aback by this entire project, and the fact that it was completed on an iPad, I was very happy about that. Very, very happy about that. Anyhow, I'm gonna wrap this up. By saying that Bandana to me is a very, very dope album. And it's for some people it's validation. And you know, initially for me, that was the feeling. But I'll finish by simply saying that, like, instead of validating how I felt about like iOS, it validated how I feel about music production in general. Use what you got. You don't need to get every single piece of equipment that's out there. And I say that in a room full of equipment. You know what I'm saying? But you don't need to get every piece of equipment that's out there. And when you do have tons of equipment, like this is something that I've learned. You don't have, it's impossible for you to use everything on every beat. You know what I'm saying? Like some beats you might use one thing, and other beats you might use another. And just if you do like decide to, like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna collect every single sampler, every single this, every single that out there, make sure you know the ins and outs of every single piece that you got. Before you add another piece to your arsenal, learn the first one, master it. Make that thing do what other people think that it can't do before you add something, because when you add something to your flow, when you add something to your production flow, you can make things simpler, but then you can also make things more complex. All right, and something someone told me a long time ago is just keep it simple, stupid. So with that being said, it's your boy Cheese the Producer, and I'm signing off for BeatMaker the Squad. Oh, and if I gotta give this album like a rating, out of 5 iPads, yeah, doing iPad ratings. Out of 5 iPads, I'm gonna give this album I'm giving this album 5 iPads. 5 out of 5. There's not one song on here that I would skip. There's not one song on here that I did not like. Everything to me came out just right. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like, nah, Cheese, I ain't messing with you, then hey, you know, be honest, give it a thumbs down. Like, let's really talk about this. I have a feeling that iOS production is the wave of the future. Do you think so? Do you not think so? Does this album make you feel like, yeah, iOS is it? Does it not? Let me know. Let's talk about it in the comments. Also, do remember you can go to beatmakersthesquad.com to get sound packs, t-shirts, sticker packs, as well as more reviews on iOS related music production apps. It's your boy Cheese, the producer, and I'm signing off. Peace.